our second ever podcast of Too Much, Fine Less. It's me, Deanna Giletti.
And me, Sarah Hester Ross.
Hi.
Guys.
We're so happy to have you back.
Not guys. Man.
We just talked about this
I'm trying
on our
to
last episode.
deconstruct men out of my life.
And we're doing it together because I'm pretty bad at it too. But guys, girls, theys, thems, everyone, we love you. Hey, y'all.
And welcome to episode 2.
Okay, so as we talked about, we are the perfect amount of too much, and we want you to be your unapologetic selves. And that's why we even started this podcast, to go into why it's better to be too much. It's better to be extra. Extra, read all about you, baby.
Well, it's been negative too long.
Yeah, it's been negative for too long.
It has been negative for too long.
We're changing the narrative.
We're taking it back, and we are accepting the title of too much and being like, thank you.
Exactly. And it does tie into what I've always been saying about being the main character of your life. If someone is telling you that you're too much, you laugh too loud, like we talked about last episode, or you're just too much. You're the main character. Who else is going to lead the story?
Who else is going to do too much?
Whose else laugh matters?
You.
Like, you do. And we're here to
Yes.
give that energy to you because it matters more than anything. So today's episode, we actually have a voicemail from you all.
We do.
Because right here at the bottom of the screen, we have our phone number. Make sure you're texting in and calling because we want you to be a part of this so much.
With your questions.
With your questions.
And your statements of being called too much. Or your stories. We want to hear your stories. And I think last week we asked people to call in and laugh. Remember?
Yes, we did.
Oh, man. They haven't yet. Nobody's done it yet.
But we did get a voicemail. So
We did.
we are going to play that this episode.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Deanna, do you consider yourself an influencer? Is that what
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, did someone name that? Did someone name you that? Or have you always been like, okay, I'm on social media to be an influencer?
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, was that too deep?
No, I guess.
Are we doing too deep this episode?
I know how people feel about influencers. And I never
How do
started.
people feel about influencers?
Well, so funny you ask. I was recently at a Yankees game, and after the Yankees game, we went to this bar that's right across the street.
Go Yankees.
And go Yankees. And this guy was asking everybody what they did, and I was like, I'm an influencer. And he laughed and said, wow, I've never seen anybody just be out with it. And I was like, what do you do? And he was like, I'm an accountant. And I was like,
Oh, I've never heard anybody say they're accountant before.
Yeah. I was accountant. I was like, I don't know what you do as much as you don't know what I do. Anyways,
Babe.
Yankees are cool. But what he was trying to do was he was trying to say that like he felt
silly.
a type of way about it. Was silly.
Okay, gotcha.
And I was like, I think numbers are silly. Moving on. You know, it was the same.
Numbers are silly.
Exactly.
What are numbers used for? They're silly.
What are accountants? Did he really mean
silly
OnlyFans?
numbers.
Do you know what I mean?
Ah!
Do you know what I mean?
Saucy.
Exactly. So from that conversation, I was like, I know people feel a type of way about it. Also, one time back in the day at my friend's bachelorette party, I hooked up with this guy who, when we left, he was like, oh, I don't even know what you do for a living. Because it was a one night stand.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I don't even know what you do for a living. And I was like, oh, I'm an influencer. And he was like, you're an influencer? You don't even have a real job? And he stormed out of the house. And I was like,
that was the line for him. That was it.
yeah, that was it.
He stormed out.
He stormed out of the
He
house.
was angry that you didn't have a quote unquote real job, even though you get real money from being an influencer.
Yeah. And so he had that kind of like vibe about it, but also he was just angry because I wasn't letting him sleep over. I was like, get out of this house with 20 girls on this bachelorette party. It is not about you right now. Get out of the
You know, I've never had a one night stand.
Huh.
Yeah, no. I've never had.
Is there a reasoning? There's nothing, I don't think bad or good about that. Like I feel whatever
I
about
also
that.
don't feel bad or good about that.
Yeah.
I am pro slut.
Love it.
Slut it up, babes. I'm
yeah.
like, and it's slutty summer. It's slutty season, and all the girls that be and go be a slut girl,
Hey.
be a slut girl,
What?
be a slut girl. So I am pro slut,
Yeah.
and it's probably because I am like a little bit a little bit jealous
Okay.
that I've never been a slut. I've never been because I was raised very conservative.
That'll do it.
I was a virgin when I got married. Did you know that I was married? Yep.
What?
Yep.
You were married.
I was married.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
At the
When?
age of 21. Do not recommend it. Your mind, it's scientific. And I don't make science up. You don't make science up. Well, I guess you do. But like you figure it out.
Yeah.
But I don't make science up. But your frontal lobe
Yep.
of your brain is not done developing until you're 25 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the decision-making part of your brain. So if you're getting married, if you are like attaching your life to someone for you want it to be forever, maybe wait until your body is done being formed to make that decision.
I absolutely see that side of it, and I would say that for me, because me at 21 was wacky. Me at 21 was an unstable, wild child, party animal. I had no idea who I was or what I was doing. I was just having a good time.
Yeah.
So me at 21 needed to wait for the frontal lobe. But I just recently went on vacation with a couple who got married at 19. They are so mature.
Are they?
They are healthy and stable, and I know this from 3 days of talking to them. I was like, you're healthier than me, and I'm almost 30.
May I ask?
Yes.
And you don't have to answer because it is a, probing question. Are they religious? Did they grow up religious or conservative in any sort of the way? Did you get to that part of the conversation?
We never got to their religion at all. What they did say is they said they're from Tennessee and everyone they know
They're from
is
Tennessee.
married young.
They're religious.
They're religious. Okay, well then they're
Christian.
And they were saying like everyone they know was married, and it was very much like part of the community, and it was very much part of like their village, right?
Yep.
Like it takes a village. Their village is very much like married, supporting each other, and that's their lifestyle, and they love it. And I was like, wow, I love that for you. Wow, you're so mature. Like, yes, like good for you. And I only hope the best for them. They've been married 2 years already.
2 years is good.
You go, you live. But me personally, there was not a shot in hell I was getting married at 21 because my frontal lobe needed forming. It needed building.
I made it 7 years.
7 years is the magic number.
It is. It's the
7
itch.
years is what they say.
It's the 7 years itch, apparently, that you like, if you can make it past 7 years is going to be good. But like...
In your life forever, they say. 7 years.
Well, I mean,
Oh, well, that's what they say. Me and my best friend celebrated 7 years of being best friends because we were like, they say you'll be in our lives forever at 7 years.
If you're into numerology...
Yep, give it to me.
And I think... I remember this correctly, that you have a minor in religion.
I absolutely do.
That 7 is the number of completion. And it's all over the Bible. It's all over numerology. I don't really know anything else about numerology, but 7 is my favorite number.
Wow.
And it's probably because of that.
Actually, I don't even know. I've never discussed this marriage with you, so I don't even know how much you want to even like divulge on the podcast, or if you even want to.
We're going for it, I guess.
Yeah, like, so what? I mean, 7 years.
7 years.
Huge chapter of your life.
Yes, very large chapter, and it was all surrounding religion too.
Okay. So 21 to 28.
Yeah, yes.
Huge formative years of anyone's life.
Yep.
Wow.
I know.
Shaped you as a person? You learned from it? Or
I
was
am
it
a completely different person from that person.
Okay.
And he helped me through that.
Okay.
Probably not on purpose,
Okay.
but we it's so strange because he was my best friend and we were both virgins when we got married. Don't recommend that either, babes. Try it out. Try it out.
Yeah.
Try it out.
I love people who also don't, though. Like, I know. But
it's so romanticized, babe. It's overly romanticized because of, and I'm sorry, everything is going to go back for me for my religious trauma. From religion and from the societal thought that it's like, oh no, you have to be chaste. You have to be perfect for your partner. And then if you want to get even further into it, the women have to be perfect. The women have to be like this, like pretty tight box. Innuendo. Meant. Meant. I meant it. But, and men are less, it's less important that they have to be virgins in religion.
Yeah.
I don't know outside of, things like that. But I think just societally, is that a word? Societally?
Yeah, societally can be a word right now.
I think we should just be
Here
okay
it is.
with it.
I'm okay with it.
Confidence is key. Just move through it.
Societally. Yeah.
Societally.
Well, I see also how you feel all of this, especially raised so conservatively religious. Like, of course you felt the pressure of being like, I have to wait and now I'm getting married. And of course that's something to be like, oh, I wish that wasn't the way. Like, because you were forced feeling that way.
Well, I believe that I believed it, but it was ingrained to me as a child. So I didn't know anything different. And the idea of being a virgin when you get married also is this, it's this terrible thing of like, wait. Now be good at everything and please your partner and
so much
please your
pressure.
husband and be really good at it. Be sexy. You were told all your life, don't be sexy, but now be sexy. And only for him, but don't be sexy outside. Be only this sexy. And it's just like, what? I don't even know how to give a good blowjob. How am I supposed to, what? Nobody taught me anything.
Right.
I like a lot of things.
Okay.
But like, okay, super fan. This is what I mean. My boyfriend is a rock and roll star.
Okay.
He's a singer in a rock and roll band.
Okay.
Rock. And he has super fans. Like super fans that send him like trinkets.
Love it.
Like, yeah, it's lovely. And, before I got really popular on social media and TikTok and stuff, I learned a lot from him and how he interacts with like fans and stuff, which gets back to the influencer in you. But it's the idea that I have decided to stay arm's length with fans and stuff like that. I don't allow a lot of people to enter certain aspects of my life because Andrew has had some wild stories about super fans, and they're not my stories, so I'm not going to tell them.
Okay.
But like people sending him letters and pictures and stuff of that. Again, his guitarist is in his band called Last in Line. His guitarist is the guitar player of Def Leppard. So it's like he has Def Leppard fans contacting him too, and so it's
Wait, I can't wait to meet him.
Wild. It's wild.
I want to see a show.
The things that people you do. He's one of the best singers in the world. I love him so much.
Oh my God.
I am in love. I'm in love. I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it.
Wait, I am freaking out. You were married, you were divorced, and you have a boyfriend you're in love with.
Yeah.
I knew none of these things from you.
10 years. I've been with him for 10 years.
What?
I know. 10 years this.
Sarah, I've never, I just can't believe that I didn't know any of this about you. This is like, if you're listening to this podcast and you know Sarah Hester Ross from social media.
They don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't share this stuff on my social media. They don't. I barely share this with people like my family.
Oh my God.
I'm closed, babe. I show what I want to show.
This is so special. If you're listening to this, I feel like you're like getting to know Sarah with me right now.
But you are not like that.
No.
You are an open book. And I say that I'm an open book because I don't care about my emotions. Like I spew my emotions and I will say what I think and say how I feel. But that's not necessarily an open book, is it? Like that's like heart on my shoulder. Sleeve kind of thing.
Yeah.
You literally are an open book.
Yes,
you can open your phone and see what you want about Diana Gialetti.
100%. It's there it is. It's follow Diana Gialetti on Instagram. So
what made you do that? What you decided to be an influencer? Yeah, one day?
No, I was working on a cruise ship. I was working in Jersey Boys the musical.
Love that musical.
Love that musical.
Were you like one of the
Mary
girls?
Delgado, baby.
Girl!
It was perfectly me. And oh my God, I just have to share the story. I literally auditioned for Mary Delgado in Jersey Boys the musical. I walked in, I read the script one time, and he looked at me and he said, "You're Mary Delgado." And he was like, that was it. I got cast on spot for that role because it was just so perfect. And it was such a magical part of my life. It was so magical.
What a lovely, lovely experience.
He was like, "Are you a New Jersey Italian?" I was like, Connecticut Italian, but it's the same, baby.
That's every entertainer's dream, is to walk in and have the director being like, "You are this character."
That was it. That was it. I read it one time and I felt it. I was like heated in the room, and it just, everything fit into place. It was the perfect role for me. I did it on the ship, and then COVID hit while I was performing. Mm-hmm. So that was it. Lost the job, went home, was living with my parents in Boston, and I started working construction with my dad, and I was like, I am literally like shaking. I need that applause. Where is, I live for the applause, applause. I went from having this like beautiful, I was meant to be here experience to, I'm not supposed to be working in a dumpster and clearing out my dad's garbage.
Yeah.
Like, and I took to TikTok because, TikTok blew up.
During COVID.
Yep. And I saw people dancing, and I said, I can dance. And I was like, zat, zat, zat. I was doing dances, and I was like, oh my God, desperate days. I was like reaching out to all my performer friends, like, do you want to sing on there with me? Let's do duets. Like, I miss this. And I was just really longing for community, and I found community. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my God, there are people like me. There are people who...
And TikTok was so good at that.
It was so good.
They were so good at like connecting people on
your people,
like levels and like what you're interested in. And you blew up, right?
Yeah, I found you right away.
Yeah, I found you
you and Zozo
yeah.
right away.
I think we connected over like feminist stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think I did a duet of one, like I put something you did to song.
Oh, I love it.
I can't remember.
I don't know, but I love that.
Yeah.
And but I just remember like it was just perfect. It was just perfect. I found my people, and I was being so vulnerable about being lonely, and about how I lost my job, and how I'm working in construction right now, and this was not the life I had wanted. And I found
construction?
People. My dad had a construction company.
Oh, that's what you meant by working with your dad and taking out his trash.
Yep. I was working with my dad's construction company.
You were doing chores around the house.
Oh, no. No. We were building decks for people and back lattice, and I built an office. Your girl is a quadruple
You're
threat.
a hands-on girl.
I'm a singer, I'm a dancer, I'm an actor, and I can build you an office.
I can build you a deck, bitch.
That's right, baby.
Wow.
I really can.
The size of you, Deanna.
Do you know what I'm saying? But that was how I even started. So I didn't start social media being like, I'm going to be an influencer. I started being like, sense of belonging and love for people. I just needed that.
You can feel that. You can feel that about you.
Thank you.
You're very like, here we go. Here's let's see if Sarah can say the word she's thinking of.
I'm sure it's good.
I want to say natural, but authentic.
Authentic. Thank you.
You're very authentic.
It started from that spot, from that place. And then I was reached out to by a woman who was a part of a social media company, and she was like, hey, I love you, and I think you're about to explode on TikTok. Would you like to make money from this? Like, I can help you. And I was like, all right. Like, I literally said, what are you going to say? And I had no idea that influencer was a job. I followed no one on social media, and I can't wait to talk to you about this, because that's why I don't have comparison syndrome, is because I never watched social media to like consume content from people. I didn't know it was a job. I didn't even know about the Kardashians. I kind of knew them. Like, I kind of heard people speak about it, never watched those kinds of shows, nothing. So I didn't even know it was a job. And then my first brand deal came through, and I was like, what is this? What is this? And she was like, well, it's like a commercial. Think of it like you are your own TV show, and people want to buy ads on it. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, no, I'm an influencer. People not only relate to who I am, but they want to hear what I have to say, and they trust me because I am being only myself.
I feel like you're the poster girl of it too, because there's something about, okay, I'm going to be a little nasty.
Go for it.
The idea of an influencer putting like, hey guys, I know we talk about this all the time, and I want to make sure that you feel loved, and how you're going to feel loved is getting this app, and you're going to get this app, and you're going to play all these games on it, and you're going to, you know what I mean? And I can't with those.
Yes.
I can't with those.
That's
and I
coming
feel
from
like
a not authentic
you
place. That's fake.
figured out how to, but being authentic is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard. I want to be my true authentic self all the time, but my authentic self is a little bitchy.
And okay. But I will say there's nothing wrong with that, because there are so many people who relate to that so hard and are like, oh, my best friend, oh Lord help me because she's listening. My best friend and I are so different. And I love her so much, but she's like, yeah, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And you may think that's bitchy, but that's my authentic, true self. And I love her for that. And there are so many people that relate to that, you know?
Yeah.
Just because I am this little wholesome bubble of person, and I know that about me. And
I love
like,
it.
I
admire
is me.
it.
But I fucking love people who are bitchy. Because I'm like, you're giving, especially people who are honest and bitchy. Because I don't have to second guess when I leave a room like, oh, are they shitting on me? You know,
I try
because
to
I
be
leave a
bitchy
room and I'm like,
kindness.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you're giving me the truth. You're telling me to my face how you feel, you know?
Yeah.
So being authentic is not bad, especially if sometimes you think that way. Like that's not.
As an influencer, I feel like it's really hard to be authentic because you get brand deals and you're like, oh my God, how the fuck am I going to sell this? Like authentically, like I don't even understand this.
Sometimes I do think that. Like I just recently did a partnership with Fidelity, and it's a app for saving money and investing.
Oh sure, so you know everything about it.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm no professional. I am not an accountant.
You should call up your accountant
I
friend.
should.
Be like, hey, dude. Here's your chance to be an influencer.
But the reason I said yes to that collab was because this is all new for me. Like, and I am investing now. Yeah. And I know how important that is now because I'm 30. You know, like
Well, you're not 30 yet.
Right.
You're going to be 30.
Next week I'm going to be 30.
A birthday. Baby, it's your birthday.
And I can't wait to talk about that also next week because there's so much to say about being 30 and how it's the prime of your life. And you're starting. Anyways.
A birthday month or a birthday day girl?
Birthday month.
I hate it.
Birthday month.
I knew it
and
as
you know
soon
what?
as I asked.
And you know
I
what?
knew it.
Just one more here. It's my birthday year because I'm 30.
It's not. That doesn't make sense. You don't get a birthday year. You don't get a birthday month. You get a birthday day. It's literally in the title. Birthday.
What's your star sign?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, of course. And that's the answer right there. I'm a Leo.
What does it mean? I don't know. I don't know nothing about astrology.
Okay, we have to save this for the next one. This has to be the birthday one. This has to be the birthday month.
Okay.
One. Because I can't wait to tell you all about your
So
sign.
next episode, we're going to talk next week.
Yeah, next week we're talking all about birthdays, and we're talking about why she's a Libra and why she doesn't understand the birthday year. But you know what? All my Leos out there, you're very valid. You're valid in thinking it's a birthday year. Anyways. They need to hear that. Trust me on that.
I hope you're zooming in on my face because it says everything that I'm feeling.
Happy birthday, Leos.
Happy birthday, Leos. Like, yeah, okay, I can jump on board with that because
it's their month.
But it's not, right? It's by date?
It's by I believe Leo's season starts end of July into August 23rd is the last day of Leo season.
Okay. So you're on the cusp.
I'm a cusper.
You're a cusper.
Yeah, that's why I'm wackadoodle time. Wait, what were we talking before birthday?
We're talking about influencers, like the idea that, oh, fuck. I forgot.
Wait, but I want, well, then I'll just jump in and ask.
Do you remember?
We were talking about Fidelity.
She remembers.
What were we talking about?
You were talking about authenticity.
Being authentic. Okay, we have to sing.
How I authentically talked about Fidelity was to invest because you're almost 30. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
And that's what it was. And that's the only way I was able.
Thank you to our producer.
Thank you. The only way I was able to make it authentically me was because I was able to talk about that, and I made it a commercial. I was like, oh, okay, I'm investing now, but I can't tell you, I've been using Fidelity for 20 years. And that's not it. That's not it. Influencing, I've been working and saving, and I set goals for myself, and I have used the app. And that's how I can authentically talk about it.
Yeah.
But anyways, moral of the story is me as an influencer started so authentically and just I didn't understand what that world was. And then next thing you know, I absolutely am one.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely am one. If someone asks me what I'm wearing, I'm just like, oh my God, here are all the links to them. Like, I hope you match me. I hope you get exactly what I'm wearing.
That's what I'm talking about. That sounds exhausting.
Ew.
Like, are you, like, seriously, you wake up and you're like, hey, everybody, I'm here today. And it's just like, I can't. I'm downloading the influencers of the world when I first wake up. And then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll put out a video today.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
I don't know.
And I envy that.
You do? But I get why people do the influencer thing. It's very successful because people attach to you and they feel like they're getting to know you. And again, you're super authentic about it. So it's true.
I have made honest to God good friends because I hosted influencer trips where we went to Italy, we went to Bali, and Tulum.
Wait, they were all influencers?
No. I hosted trips where 20 of my followers came on the trips with me.
Oh, right.
Just from the internet.
You're the influencer and then your followers. Yeah.
And almost every single one of them always says to me like, wow, you're exactly as you are online.
Deanna,
it's so refreshing.
That I saw when that happened because you and Zoe do it as well.
Yeah.
I've seen other people. That is literally my nightmare. I cannot even 10 strangers that I met online go over like murder.
Could you do that?
No.
Could you
absolutely
do that?
not.
And you know,
absolutely not.
What's wacky is I didn't even think twice about it.
I know.
Until the day
didn't.
I was flying over there and I was like, oh, I'm meeting strangers I met
I'm
online.
sweating thinking about it.
Right?
Like literally my palms are sweating.
I know. But you know what?
Oh my God.
Because I am... If I was fake online, I would be having nightmares about it because you're about to be exposed and they have access to you 24/7. But I
24? No, you have bathroom privileges, right?
Okay,
like
right.
you can sneak to the bathroom.
She's
oh my God!
But like they know where you are. You're in the same hotel room. Like you know what I mean? Like, and I got so lucky and blessed with I made really good
because you could
friends.
have gotten nutsos.
Absolutely. But instead, I ended up making like lifelong friends through these things. I'll never do another one again. I'll maybe host one in New York because I want more control.
Yeah,
because
I get that.
It was really hard, especially in Bali, because A, you have a time difference. B, I have no idea where I am. I've never been here before. So like, and people are looking to me, you know? And
you're in charge.
Right. And they're also expecting
I'm also new.
They're expecting Deanna. And I'm like, I want to give you Deanna, but I'm actually kind of afraid because we're on the side of a cliff. Like, are you afraid? Like, we're scaling a cliff right now. I don't have control. Like, this is my real fear. But it ended up being like amazing. I made great relationships. I love them. But because I expose myself 24/7 and it is so, I'm leaving myself so vulnerable all the time. So I got lucky.
Yeah.
But there are times where it's like, wow, I just told the whole world I'm auditioning for this play and I really, really want to get it and I didn't get it. Now I have to tell them. And it feels like I have to. It feels like I'm like, wow, now I have to let down all of these people. And I have to live with that sadness. I can't just be like, oh, that was sad. Oops, sorry. Oh, that was sad. Let me just move on. No, I have to be like, oh, that was sad. Now let me tell all of you, let's all be sad. I know. And I have to like sit in those sad moments. Those are the times where I'm like, I could have just never told anyone.
Yeah.
I could have just been like, it's a great day today.
Most likely
Move
people
on.
will forget.
Absolutely.
But you have decided to share
Everything.
every up and down, and that's just terrifying to me. I think I'm down too much for that.
Okay, that's something. And
I'm down.
That's
I'm
honest.
down way too much. Like I fight with my boyfriend way too much to just be like
we're popping on.
every fight that I have to share. Like people are gonna be like, Sarah.
Right.
I also don't want people.
Wish.
I don't want people's opinions on my like day-to-day life too.
You know,
I think that's because you get people's opinions.
Of course. All the time.
Oh my God, I'm seriously sweating.
Right?
Like just thinking about it. Oh my God.
I get people's opinions all the time. And you know what I'm getting a lot? My boyfriend Chase, I'm very public about him on every platform. I get, the second we started dating, 2 weeks in, when are you getting engaged? When is he proposing? Where's the proposal? And I've never thought about it. But it's every video. There's going to be a comment about us getting engaged and when and the pressure. And sometimes I'm just like, wow, like,
can I live?
If I just kept him private, I wouldn't have to deal with that. But on the other hand, they're my people. Like, they're my community. I go to them for everything. There's so much more good that comes out of having these friends. And it feels like friends to me because they know everything about me. Oh my God, when people come up to me on the street and talk to me, at first I was like a little alarmed by it, but they know everything about me. And it's kind of comforting. It's kind of like they come up to me and they're like, oh my God, hey, I heard about your mom. How is she? And I'm like, thank you. Like, they meet me right where I am. And sometimes that's a comforting, nice feeling.
No, I see that. I see how that could be really
right?
lovely.
Sometimes I'm kind of just like, I don't have to catch you up. It's like an old time friend. It's like we've been FaceTiming this whole time. And sometimes I'm like, wow, I love this. Other times if I'm in a rush or something and someone's just like, hey, like, I need to know if Chase is going to propose. I'm like, I just can't talk about that right now. Like, let's just, no, But I do find the good sides of it a lot more than the bad sides.
Again, you're an optimist, obviously, and I'm a pessimist. Yeah. I do have people come up because I work here in Las Vegas, and I have a show that I do weekly, and people that follow me on TikTok and stuff like that, because I don't have a regular like comedy show that I do, they come to that show at the piano bar. And I love when people come up to me and ask me for a picture and stuff like that. But I'm also like, I'm not a chit chatter. But it makes me feel so good when people come up and be like, oh, I follow you. Can we get a picture? And I'm just like, yes, I love that. Yeah. But if someone were to come up to me and be like, hey, I saw this controversy and I think this, and this, and this. And I'd be like, nah.
You'd be like, babe. Yeah, you'd be like, that's not it.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
And that's valid.
Is it?
That is valid. You're allowed to be like, look, what I put online is I put out my songs and I'm a performer and I do comedy. Like, you're allowed to just show people what you want to. Like, that's good.
A successful social media is given a little bit more than just being, like we talked, like the difference between an influencer and a celebrity. Like, I started social media because I want to further my music and my comedy.
Yeah.
I have no desire to be an influencer. I don't want to sell makeup. I don't want to do get ready with me's. But I did do that for a time because I thought that's what it took.
Right.
And I felt they did not do well because your
heart wasn't in it.
You could smell it all over me. Like, she doesn't want to do this.
I have to do this. Yeah.
She doesn't want to do this. And I'm like, you're right. You are correct. I do not want to do this.
There you go. That is literally the difference. Like, that's, I guess I don't see it as the job part of it doing that. I see it so much like, oh my God, like, of course you would want to know what lipstick I'm wearing. Like, oh my God, you're going to love this.
Yeah.
And I really feel that.
But the reason why we have people calling in with their stories is because you have cultivated such a strong community. And you are legit. When I say community, like, you have a community around you and that just like loves you and like wants to do literally like jump off a cliff for you.
No.
Did you have anybody jump off a cliff?
Oh my God, no. But we did scale a cliff in Bali and it was terrifying. Those girls were so athletic and so awesome. Oh my God, they were so hardcore. Go to Bali and go cliffside walking. But wow, was it scary.
I love this. Yeah, but we did have a phone call.
Yes, we did.
We told people to text in their stories or their questions with being too much and being called too much, or your questions about, like, do you think this is too much? And we had a lot of stuff, a lot of really great stuff that we're going to get into in next episodes. But we did have a voicemail. Jatuan.
I know voicemails can be hard for people. I know, but please, I literally love them.
I'm not a voicemail girly.
I'm a
texter. You are a caller. Again, Weird.
Same size of the different coin, baby.
Anyway, so we're going to play this. It's from Olivia, and we're so glad that she called in. Let me see, make sure to...
Olivia, I love that name. I'm thinking something like Olivia.
Hi, I'm Olivia, and I get told I'm too much because I'm this bigger girl and that I'm too loud. An exact quote from someone is, quote unquote, "You are doing too much and talking too much for a big girl," end quote. I love you. Say it back.
We love you.
I love you. Okay, Olivia.
Let's get into this, shall we?
First of all, I'm sorry because
For a bigger girl, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the absolute audacity fuck?
Yeah. I'm just sorry because I don't know who would even think to say that to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're everything. You are the main character. You are the curvy, beautiful, like, angel that you are, and I don't even know you, but I know that you had the balls to call our show and tell us this moment for you that maybe made you feel a certain type of way, and you overcame and tell us and are talking about it right now, and we're here to help you reclaim that. Like, you are perfectly you, exactly as you are, and I hate that someone just dares to try to, like, diminish you for that because your light is so bright.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
I hate it too because
really
especially I love a big girl. I love it. The big girls laugh harder. Yeah. They love harder. They smile harder. It's just the shine that comes from big girls. And you know, and I'm not a big girl. I have a fupa.
We love a fupa.
Get a close-in shot of this big.
We love
bitch.
a fupa.
Love a fupa. But I wouldn't consider myself a big girl. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't call it because I know that they have a community that they support each other and they love each other. And even fashion is getting into big girls, which I love because they are just creating atmospheres for them to show, to be who they are. And fashion has slept on them for too long. Yeah. Too fucking long.
And made the space feel like somebody could say something like that to you. You know?
So
that's fashion's flaw.
So that I think a lot of the idea of what she's saying, of whoever said this to her, whoever diamond troll said this to you, their mindset is coming from fashion's influence.
Absolutely.
Because smaller is better, smaller is on the billboards, smaller
that's all we've
is
seen.
But in our society, like what decades ago, being big was popular because it meant you had the good food. You were rich enough to eat, you know, babe?
The Renaissance era.
The Renaissance.
Come on, Rome. Have you walked through the...
Let's get back.
Not me forgetting what that is called.
What is it? Dark Ages?
It's not the Venetian.
Rome.
It's not the... Not the Colosseum, the big museum with all the statues. It's literally so famous. The Vatican, the fuck? That's getting cut.
The Vatican?
Vatican.
You mean that old thing?
Oh, you know the Vatican. If you walk through the Vatican, okay? You know that old thing, the big old one.
that old thing.
When you walk through it, there's an entire sculpture room. And it is my favorite part of the Vatican because
beautiful.
Every statue is of a woman because their bodies were worshipped.
With rolls.
Just and curves and big
yes.
and sexy because it was worshipped. That's the goddess of Venus. That is, and I have no idea how we twisted and warped shit so that all of a sudden it's skinny is what was beautiful. And that's not to say, like, skinny girls are beautiful.
They are.
Our society just twisted to make us feel badly about ourselves.
That's the authority of fashion and beauty and the standard.
So obviously things need to change. Obviously that's wrong.
Yeah.
That is wrong. What is right is you, exactly the way that you are. Curvy, skinny, any type of body type, like, is the right body type.
But I also...
that's it.
She's claiming that she has said, I'm too loud, and an exact quote for someone is, quote, "You are doing too much and talking too much for a big girl." So doing too much. Let's do that. Okay. As a big girl and in society right now, and I feel like there's a growing community that is supporting women, specifically women, bigger girls, and lifting them up and being like,
absolutely.
be you. And I think that is part of the idea of like bigger women are being encouraged to be who they are. Be bigger. Take up more space.
That's right.
Take up more space.
Let's go.
The space that you have as a big girl is not enough. Take up more.
That's
with
right.
your voice, with your clothing,
Yes.
with your style, and talk with your opinions.
Yes.
Talking. And people are not certain people are surprised by that. Like, you're a big girl, you should be quiet.
And feeling threatened by that.
You
And all of a
already
sudden-
take up space. Why are you talking so much?
Exactly.
Fuck off.
Exactly. And they're feeling like, oh my God, they're taking up so much space, they're going to take it from me. No, there's enough space for everybody. We need to cut the narrative of like, oh my God, there's a big presence in the room. You know, there's a big, like somebody's voicing their opinions too much. They're taking too much. Please, there's so much space.
There is.
And it's only, we can just keep making more. There's no limits to anything. And someone being their most authentic self and being bright and shining does not threaten you. You can be the same. You can just shine just as bright.
Look at how angry you have made Deanna. She is gonna rip off out of her clothes.
Take up more space. And we love you, Olivia. And
Yes,
you're
we love
always
you.
welcome. And all of your space is just so cherished and welcomed here. We love you.
Yeah. That was fun. That was cathartic.
That was Catholic.
Good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was cathartic. So make sure to call in. We want to hear more. We want to hype you up like this. Call us. Leave us the voicemails. We want to hear what you have to say, and we want to support you. And I know, Olivia, you already know that you're enough, and we want more of you. But we're here to hype you up and tell it again. Say it again. You know, we're here to lift you up. So call us, text us, tell us your stories, ask us your questions. We want to hear from you because we love you.
And we're going to do more next episode. But if you're not following us on Instagram and TikTok,
What are you doing?
what are you even living for?
We love you.
These are the things that you need to do. Find us on Too Much, at Too Much Find Less. You could also be following Deanna Gialetti.
That's right.
And me, Sarah Hester Ross. Until next time, we love you.
Say it back.
If I